Hi guys, welcome to the Conscious Entrepreneurs channel, and in today's video what I'm going to be sharing with you is a few tips on blogging for small businesses. Okay, so if you're getting started with a blog, whether you're using a blog to promote your business, or if you're running a small business and you are looking to create content on your blog to promote it, blogging can be a really cool way that you can expand your business on the internet and get organic search exposure and traffic. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing with you a few tips on how you can use your blog to grow your small business. So obviously now the first thing that you're gonna need to do, not need to do, but obviously if you want the best results, then it's good to focus on one specific thing. Okay, so your blog, you don't want your blog to be everywhere. Now obviously if you're running a small business, it's going to be probably related to that, obviously. So for example, if I am running a dog training business, okay, my blog is going to be tips on dog training, all different kinds of things, all related to dog training or dogs. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be dog training, but it has to be somewhere related to dogs, basically. So you can kind of like sometimes go out of dog training, but you always have to kind of bring it back to how it relates to dogs in a way, because obviously if you are running a dog training business, you don't want to be doing blogs about travel. Okay, it doesn't make sense, unless you could actually do blogs about travel, but if it's related to your dogs, tips on if you're traveling with a dog, that can be one really cool way that you can blog about travel. And basically in a nutshell, it has to kind of relate to your topic, if that makes sense. So that's one thing to keep in mind. The other thing is that the other really good tip is that if you learn keyword research, so if you learn how to use certain search terms that are easy to rank for on Google, and basically you optimize your blog for that specific keyword, then that way you're going to get more exposure and you're going to get more traffic to your blog. Okay, so if no one sees you, it's going to be very hard for you to get any exposure or traffic that you want, because in the first place, the reason why you're doing a blog in the first place is to expand your business online. Now you could be one of those people that just enjoy writing a blog, but if you're someone that's searching blogging tips for small businesses, then it's probably because you want to use blogging to grow your business. Okay, so if you want to use blogging to grow your business, you're going to have to be able to optimize your blog page. So you SEO optimize your blog posts so that they eventually rank on Google. Now in the beginning, when you're first getting started creating your blog, chances of you ranking are very low in the beginning. But then the period of about where things start to ramp up and Google starts to notice you, become much more easier. I would say over a period of about 3 months. Okay, so if you're consistently uploading blogs to your blog or your website, then eventually Google will notice you and you will start ranking for those keywords. Okay, so in my previous videos I speak about how you do keyword research by finding low-hanging fruit keywords to rank for, and then if they're getting like a couple of hundred a month, that's perfect. You know, that's exactly what you want. Now, just imagine when you've got like thousands of blog posts. After, obviously that would take a while, thousands would take a while to build, but if you're doing about 2 blog posts every week, that adds up to about 14 or 16 blog posts. No, sorry, I'm getting confused here. It's about 8 blog posts a month. But if those 8 blog posts are like really quality, so they're high quality content, that's the other tip that I wanted to say, is that don't just be writing anything just because you want to get some traffic. No, write blog posts that are high quality content that your viewers are actually going to get some value out of, and make the word count minimum 1,000 words. Okay, so also what has been proven to work on ranking your videos is that the more you write, and the more, first of all, the more quality it is, people are going to come back, they're going to spend longer duration on your blog post. So that's going to tell Google that they enjoy your content. And the other thing is that the number of words that you write. Okay, so minimum 1,000 if you want to be able to rank on the first page for your specific keyword. Okay, so yeah, you just want to be writing high quality content, and it even, you know, if it's a couple of blog posts a week, even though you've only got 8 or 10 blog posts a month, if those 8 or 10 are all quality, and then they start ranking on YouTube, on Google, then you're still driving traffic. Okay, it's better to write less, not on the blog post itself, but like write less blog posts per week or whatever. I mean, if you can write blog posts every day, personally, if you can write high quality content every single day, I would totally do that, especially when first getting started, because you want to be noticed, you want Google to notice you, and because you're a new website, it takes a while to get noticed. Okay, but it doesn't, I mean, it would help you if you can do 1 blog post every day, but if you can't, stick to about minimum 2 times a week quality content. Now, 2 times a week actually isn't a lot, but to be consistent is the challenge sometimes for people, and I know that is for me. I'm giving my own advice to myself. Sometimes it can be hard to be consistent, but it's important, because in this business, consistency is the key. Okay, so not only consistency, but doing it right over and over and over and over will get you the results. So if you've got 100 posts after a few months, you've got 100 posts up, those posts are really good quality and they're ranking on the search engines, you're going to start driving traffic for sure. But if you're just writing a bunch of crap and you're doing it on all day, like not all day, but every single day, but you're just writing for the sake of writing so that you can, start getting known, or start for people to see you or whatever, just to drive traffic and get more sales, then your viewers are going to kind of realize that, because they're going to see your work is low quality, or you just want to sell to them or whatever, and it's not really going to help you in the long run or anytime soon. Okay, so quality over quantity, definitely, but if you can do both, like quality and quantity, even better. You know what I mean? Because the more blog posts that you get out there that are quality, Google will favor that, and the more traffic ultimately you will get to your blog. So the other tip that I have is, if you haven't yet got started with blogging for your small business, then what you can actually do, there are 2 resources that I recommend to, if you're first getting started and you don't want to spend a lot of money. One, if you haven't got a domain yet, then you can get it with cheap domains. It's super cheap to get started with cheap domains, and also your hosting. Now, usually hosting is quite expensive, but I know, I mean, it has its cons and its pros, But you know, if you're first getting started, it's recommended to use self-hosting. And what self-hosting is basically you have more control over your work. So for example, if you was to go on a free blog, like for example Blogger, or the free kind of WordPress that they have, if they don't like anything that you put on your blog, they can immediately terminate your blog, or immediately terminate your website that you've built. And that can happen like overnight, literally. Like you can have it for months and then all of a sudden it's gone. Okay, so you have no control over it. However, if it's self-hosted, you have power and you have control over it. Okay, and that's why big bloggers always recommend to do self-hosting and to go self-hosting. So not only is I'll put the link in the description below this video, but not only is DreamHost super cheap to get started, it's like £2 a month, but you pay yearly for it. So you pay for the whole year and that's it, it's done for you. And then you can start blogging on WordPress, not the premium WordPress. And then, so what I would recommend is, I would recommend to get started like that, on a low budget, if you are on a low budget. And then once things start building and you start getting more and more traffic and more people to your blog, then what you could do is you can switch from that hosting platform to a much better hosting platform that, you know, the speed is faster when people go to your website. And obviously the more people that are going to go is going to slow the server down. But when you've got a really good, powerful hosting, then it's not really going to affect it that much. Do you know what I mean? But when you're first getting started, obviously you're not going to have a lot of people searching your blog or finding your blog or your website, okay? So the best thing to do is, if you are on a low budget, go with, I mean, cheap name is good for domains anyway. So cheap name is for cheap domains, and then the hosting for cheap hosting is DreamHost, okay? There are a few other ones, but DreamHost is something that I highly recommend if you're first getting started. And actually Bluehost is another really good cheap one as well that you can start off with. There are many benefits to Bluehost, and you know, the main thing is its price is very, very affordable for beginners who are just getting started, okay, and reasonable. So and then, yeah, like I said, when your blog starts growing, then you can simply switch over to a better hosting provider, which you know, can manage and take the amount of traffic that you're getting to your blog. Because there's going to come a time where you'll have to switch over when your blog starts generate, like if your blog starts generating you a lot of traffic, you know, you have to switch over. You can't, those are no longer really good hosting providers, but it's definitely great for beginners, okay? So those are my tips for starting a blog for a small business. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please do subscribe to my channel, and comment if you have any questions, and like this video if you found it valuable. And yeah, if you want to get started with DreamHost, the link is in the description below this video. And also if you want to buy your domain, all the links are below. And I will see you in more upcoming videos. Take care.